Couple of the questions that I get most frequently about the CIA exam are, how long does it take to complete, and how long do I need to study in order to be able to pass the exams? So let me talk to you a little bit about how long it takes and why actually taking longer is actually making it more difficult for most people to pass the exam. Because here's the reality, it's a different amount of time for each person. Some people may get through all three tests in 6 months, 9 months. Other people, it might take years. They spend 2, 3, 4 years, sometimes, even longer than that. Now, why is it so different? And why do I say that actually taking more time actually hurts your ability to be able to pass the exam? And here's why. There's a thing in our brain, that as we are learning, that's called the curve of forgetting. And what that means is when we are learning information over the course of time, we end up not being able to remember that as well. In fact, usually without repetition and without kind of using a multi-sensory learning approach like I actually teach, within the first day after you learn something, you've lost about 40% of that. The following day, you lose another 20%. So within about 2 days, you can't remember 60% of what you learned. So here's where the issue comes in. A lot of times people believe or they're afraid that they're not ready for the test. And so they end up spending a lot of time studying over a long period of time. Now, I don't know about you, but I have a hard time remembering some of the things that I did last week, let alone a couple months ago. And so imagine how much you can't remember if you've spent a year studying for the same part of the exam. What ends up happening is people are studying over and over and over again the same information. Now, here's a better way of going about it. You should be able to complete, study, and pass one of the parts of the exam within 90 days. 90 days. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be looking at that and going, Jason, how do I do that? That's impossible. There's so much information to be able to learn. How can I actually do that in a 90-day period? Well, you can do it. I actually passed all of the exams in about 4 months, and I've had several of my students who have passed all of them even within 6 months. So that's 2 months per part, and they were able to get through that. Now, why do I say 90 days? 90 days allows you enough time to be able to accomplish what you need to, learn what you need to, but it forces that in a little bit of a shorter time period so you don't forget what you've learned before you take the exam. Now, again, I know some of you are going to be saying, but Jason, how do I do that? Don't worry. Actually, as part of the Mefford CIA Review Course, I give for free the 90-day CIA success plan to my students. You don't have to guess or wonder or try to figure it out yourself. If you follow the 90-day CIA success plan, which is step by step what you need to do before you start studying, as you're studying, as you get ready to take the exam, and even as you are taking the exam, follow the program, and within 90 days, you can actually study and take the exam. Now, chances are too, when you follow this method, you're also going to increase your likelihood of passing the exam because you're forcing yourself to get it done in a certain period of time. So again, how long does it take to pass the CIA exam? Well, if you follow my 90-day program, it would take you about 9 months, maybe a year at the most. Or you can just kind of wing it and go, as a lot of people do. You can spend years studying the same material over and over again because you keep forgetting it. and you keep failing the exams. I don't want you to go through that. I think it's a big waste of time and money to spend that much time and effort on it. So instead, try to narrow it down, do it in 90 days, and you can get through the exams much quicker. So again, if you're interested in the 90-day CIA success plan, that's a part of the Mefford CIA Review Course. So when you register, you'll actually get exactly what you need to do to be able to help you pass in 90 days. Good luck.